We're putting on brave faces and big smiles, but it's not truly how we feel. Hello, Lauren. Nice to have you back
Hey,
again.
Michelle.
So, for those of you who don't know, it's the 19th of December here in New Zealand and the 18th in Florida, where Lauren lives. And holy guys, it truly feels like we're in for, well, I can just share my experience and Lauren will share her experience. And we feel like it's important in the astrology, the sharing of the astrology, the
Mm.
sharing of this 3-eye atlas energy, what we both have been feeling. Yeah, it's exactly that. Like, oh my God, what? Huh? Who? Huh? So
It's intense.
I'm cold, guys. It's summer, and I've got 2 layers and a blanket on, and I cannot regulate. Lauren, tell us why, because you acknowledge this in
Oh,
yeah.
Sagittarius rules circulation. It does rule the legs and the femur, and some other the hips, but the circulation is what it rules over. So I'm having a hard time regulating. Fits in very much with the moon energies, with this new moon that we're going through, the solstice that's coming up as well. And I think it's extra intense because they're happening so closely together. Like myself, I just feel like my woke up this morning and I just felt like my eyes were swollen but yet burning at this like the skin around them was just burning at the same time. I just felt so out of it. Like I couldn't remember anything. And not that that's like a weird thing, but just in general, like I would say something and I would just forget instantly. I'm like, where am I? What am I doing? Walking
Yeah,
even more in circles than I usually do.
I hear you, and that's kind of how I felt. Like also just going like I would circle around something, and I'm like, I think I've just been here. I feel like I've
Mm.
just been here. Oh
Yeah,
yes, I
yeah,
have just been here. Like, what are you doing, Mish? Or like, what are you doing? Um,
yeah.
but you know what? You know, it's been incredible today is for me. So I woke up this morning and I read a little bit of, I watched a clip about the physics of this incredible 3-eye atlas.
Mm.
And there's a woman that I follow because it's like this phenomenon that it's like, where does it come from? What is it about? And it was giving the physics of like the tail and just everything. And there's a woman I follow called Judith Cussell. Have you heard of her?
No, I haven't, but I'll look her
Also,
up.
also South African woman, and I love her work because she's also so deeply intertwined and connected. And I'm just going to give you a little bit about what she wrote about today. Just being released are very ancient and conscious sacred geometrical sun codes from the seventh central sun via 3-eye atlas, who is now acting as an agent on the greater consciousness awakening catalyst. It leaves intense cosmic changes in its wake as Jupiter is the next cosmic activation key. Does that resonate with like where we're going today with the astrology?
Oh gosh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me and then I'll read more about what she says. Okay.
Okay. Um, okay. So the new moon. All right, hold on. Let me just back up for a second. We're having the new moon on the 19th and the solstice is on the 21st, but during the solstice, we'll still be under this new moon energy. Okay, because like 3 days, 2 to 3 days before and after the moon, you're still in that energy. But the moon is ruled by Jupiter because it's in Sagittarius. Jupiter is also retrograde at this time. So it's it's acting as a catalyst with the new moon and the solstice of really closing one door and opening another door. It's pretty extreme just because of the retrograde of Jupiter. It's also in a square to Chiron. So it's putting the magnifying glass on the inner wounds, the inner emotions, to close the door to things from the past, to walk through a new door. But that Sagittarius energy because the moon's in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. It's just really highlighting that Jupiter energy. And if 3i Atlas is going near Jupiter, it's like a continuation of this energy, full moon, the new moon, and the solstice.
That's incredible because you also said something when we first started, and I hope I recorded it. I feel like I did. But you said about hips, it affects our hips and our, what else? So that's like those lower regions, our root chakra.
Yeah. So the hips, the thighs, the upper legs, the femurs, the pelvic area, sciatic nerve, liver, and blood circulation.
Okay, so that makes sense for me because I was chatting to a client yesterday, and she had actually asked me to share these things because sometimes I'm so activated in my body. And, that's why I feel like we're called to, you and I, to do this work together, to walk this journey together, because there's so much that I don't understand about the cosmos and the cosmic and the planets, which is what you bring in your knowledge, which is great. And, but I just feel, I'm a feeler,
Hmm.
which Laura knows.
Yeah, you call me out sometimes. I'm like, darn it. I don't want
So,
to say anything about that.
and sometimes I'm just like, are you okay? And then she's like, kind of like,
Oh,
yeah,
darn it. I had to acknowledge
shit.
this now.
Exactly, but it's we do it from a place of love, and we show up in love. And a client said to me, "So Michelle, please share these things so that we can understand." So it feels like this inflamed space, and it's not because of any other reason other than this
Hmm.
energy that we are feeling. So yes, sorry guys, hashtag, but not sorry, because it's just this like, oh, come on, just accept. you know but it just is this ride, this wave, because as the consciousness is shifting and we're shifting, because we are
Mm.
consciousness, we are this universal, incredible, dynamic field. And I feel like this 3i Atlas is bringing such a radical change and shift. So when you talk about your eyes, it just and going round in circles, and I'm just sharing what's happening in my body because I just sometimes don't know, and I'm like, why am I feeling like I want to scratch my scalp as well?
Hmm.
It's like, why? I haven't changed my diet, I haven't changed my perfume, I haven't changed my body load. Like everything I've been doing is the same.
Hmm. But it's just something shifting. Yes.
Yes, yes, hugely so. So as
Which
we
is a
know,
pain, but yes.
yes. Well, what's fascinating, what's coming to me is the root is all about the I am
Okay.
and being grounded in who we are.
Okay.
So if you tap in,
That's,
does that make sense?
yeah, it does because other another part of the energy, and I'm just going to reference the new moon and the solstice as one because it pretty much is the energy that's happening on the new moon is happening on the solstice, and some of it's more exact on the solstice. So same, this is the same period here. But Mercury's involved, which is our speaking, our thinking, our communicating, and the North Node, which is our, it's a karmic direction, karmic destiny, the path that we should be striving towards to make ourselves better. They're squaring each other. It's a challenge, but it's giving us an opportunity to almost manifest a different life through the words that you're speaking. Like through what you're like now through this window from now through 21, 22, 23. I would say, till through the holidays. It's really what you're saying is going to be very important to watch what you're saying. Be
Yeah.
aware of what you're saying. You could say, "Oh, I hate having hair," but you don't want to say that unless, maybe you go bald. Your words are going to be very impactful in
Yes.
manifesting. And I think that also goes along with the beliefs, what we believe about ourselves, healing the wounds about ourselves, that negative self-talk that we have, and it's something that we're not even aware of a lot of times. But I think this is a time period to be very aware of that because that is going to set like a precedence of your path forward, especially in this window of intense energy of time that we're in right
Sure,
now.
it just feels like it's not a double whammy, it's a triple, quadruple whammy of
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
so to follow on what Judith shares, which is so special in what you've just shared, because she says, yeah, this is a deep primordial awakening. Yet at this very same time, the full activating of your future cosmic existences still to come, all woven together. It is bringing super consciousness jumps, and at times it can feel like you are viewing your own soul via a cosmic holograph movie. And this expands to Earth, the new Earth, solar, galactic, universal, omniversal, etc. So it is important to go deep within and ground yourself and allow these activations to simply be viewed like remote viewing. And that's been a big learning for me is like even when you talk about words, it's what are we intending? And interesting enough, my husband and I were speaking about this morning over coffee. I said to
Mm-hmm.
him, everything that you've put out there is coming to you. So
Yes.
all
Oh, yeah.
those words of and it happens really quickly. I'm finding, for me in my world, and when we can't, the learning is we become the observational person that witnesses ourselves. That for me is awareness. That for me is awakening. Like I shared, and it's open information. It's just like things just feel like they're flaring up in my body,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like how come? Where's it coming from? Well, when we observe and go deep within, and there have been many moments for me in the last 2 weeks of deep diving. But
Mm-hmm.
on the 19th, which is here today in New Zealand, it honestly, it just feels like we're finding our wings, Lauren.
Mm,
This
yep.
Atlas is bringing this incredible, remarkable. I felt this. I was in one of my meetings with the non-speaking autistic children. Well, there's two boys I communicate on behalf,
Mm-hmm.
and one's Down syndrome and one's non-speakers, and they're both teenagers. But the amount of love that they were sharing this morning
That's awesome.
was, yeah, I mean, there's just not even a word. My tears were just, I was sobbing and sobbing because I could just feel this love, which is what this
Yeah.
activation's about. And
Wow.
I think we're just on this cusp of going, yes, yes, yes. But
Mm-hmm.
it's euphoric, it's blissful. Yet remember, it's within. It's this feeling of within. And as much and if you listen to my words, it's like, yeah, I can feel the irritation, but then I can feel this blissfulness of expansion. And that's what we're in. We're in this real transference of change.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go. Let's talk to
It's
that.
actually it's actually interesting that you say that because during this new moon and the during the new moon, Venus will be right next to the moon. That's adding this extra energy of expressing love, expressing your emotions, having deep, open-hearted conversations, speaking the truth, but really, but also feeling the love. It's emotional. It's highly emotional. Opening your, heart chakra, releasing emotions. It all interweaves together, but it's really transformative, the energies of that. So I thought it was very interesting that you said that about the love, because that would be the Venus energy coming in here, and really changing things. I looked back into history to see what Venus, what it signifies for the new moon. If Venus is next to the new moon in the sign of Sagittarius specifically, because that's where we're in. And I'm not saying it's every time, but it brings these large shifts and changes, within the society. It's like, I say it's like it's a rebirthing of societies, but it's, the different periods it's been when new systems of law, government have come into play, or when the world has come together for unity in different times. So I think it has a larger effect than I really thought on on the world. Because Venus is it's a personal planet, so it's an inner planet. But I didn't realize how much that Venus does have an effect and also influence on different changes worldwide. Obviously, it transfers to the inward as so as the outward. So, which, duh, because if it's going to affect us internally, and that internalness is going to show up and manifest outwardly.
Well,
So,
that's
yeah.
so special because I was chatting to a friend the other day, and we're going into the year of the horse
What
in
is
the
that?
Chinese. So, we have the
Oh,
Chinese
we're going
calendar
into, yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I
into.
thought you were going to an event. Okay.
No, okay.
Sorry. I can't hear either.
That's that's fascinating because I've also felt like this like energy here. Well, the year of the horse is yang, yin yang, active, outgoing, dynamic, elemental influence. Each year the horse is paired with one of the five elements and it changes its expression. So the core traits are energetic, enthusiastic, and adventurous, independent and freedom loving, social, charismatic and communicative, intelligent and quick thinking, strong willed and determined. But the shadow traits can be impatient or impulsive, may struggle with commitment or consistency, sometimes restless or easily bored. But now I'm going to take you into a deeper, which is so special for me because in this writings of Judith, she talks here about these activations work on such vast cosmic energy fields of expanded consciousness of 12 billions Earth years ago when Atlas last journeyed here.
Oh, wow.
The cosmic shaker and mover, cosmic messenger. And then she says, yet there are two more arriving. But what's fascinating for me is that the 12, which in numerology is a 3, okay,
Mm.
this is what 3 is about in numerology. Um, Creativity and expression, which you're talking about, communication, aren't you?
Yep. Hmm.
And joy, okay? And it's about optimism and social connection. A 3 supports education, workshops, and forums where ideas are exchanged. It's a place where voices can be heard and stories shared. Joy and inspiration. And the energy of 3 can also be very scattered energy. So there may be periods of distraction, lack of focus, inconsistency, and emotional sensitivity. So it's quite interesting that even in this 3-eye atlas, where who knew that there's so much in. Well, they didn't know. It's been this real
Yeah.
phenomenal. What is this? Like this, it's created
Yeah.
so much intrigue. Hey,
Yes. It's very interesting that the Eye Atlas, which shared about the year of the horse and this new moon solstice energy, is all it all like say connects together, but they're all pretty much are the same or very, very similar. The Sagittarius energy is described by the year of the horse. The Sagittarius, the three, excuse me, yeah, 3-eye atlas, the number three, that also has the traits of the horse. It's just incredible. I guess I feel that, I guess it's that divine timing where it's all these things happening at the same time and they all are speaking about the same topic, information, and focus for us
yeah,
to focus on. And yeah,
yeah,
it's like it's pushing us, squeezing us and pushing us to go on the path of, that karmic, I don't want to say karmic path, but that path where it is helping us to become the highest versions of ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like it's like a squeezing that we're in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a squeeze. Not bad, it's not good. It's like okay, we're telling you, we're showing you, we're putting it in your face of, what you should we're focusing on, moving towards, listen. Listen.
Listen. That is truth right there. Listen and truly take the time to listen and hear. Because like even if you think of here, we spell it HEAR, but being here in the now is it's a real learning for most of us. And
Hmm.
it's it truly has been, we're in the year of the nine and we're going to one next year. So,
Right. Yeah.
2025 is a nine, so a lot of endings, transformation. Then we go into one, which is part of new beginnings. So, how are you
Hmm.
guys beginning? And what I love is the Council of Eight shared a few weeks ago with a client that asked about this 3-eye atlas. They spoke of how it's a sperm and an egg, and it's like this reigniting, this rebirthing. So when you talk about even that, I don't know how exactly you said it, but it is a rebirthing. It's like
Hmm.
we're coming through this rebirthing, and just think of you being a mom, me being a mom. We're coming through the birthing canal, and there's this like the baby's coming, but you're like, oh, okay, what, I've got to breathe again.
I
It's
know.
not here yet.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels like 5 seconds is 5 hours, but yes.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's exactly, I think, what has happened for most of us that have been on these journeys of massive radical transformation. It's kind of like, okay, we've been hearing this. Today, I genuinely, truly felt this, like this. It wasn't a high. Remember, you and I have been saying, like, we feel a little bit like schizo, like 1 minute up, next minute, or maybe I
Yep.
had said that, and
Hmm.
you kind of just like, woo, going around in circles. It's
Yeah.
very heady. It's been affecting a lot of our thought processes in our head. And just think of it, when you're in a wind, it's like, whew, the wind just clears.
Hmm.
But for me, this energy that we're in coming into even over the weekend is just succinct. It's just something's clicking for
Yes.
many of
Yep.
us,
Hmm.
which is pretty
Yeah.
special, hey?
I think it's awesome, and I guess it depends on how you look at it, because sometimes change is scary to people, myself included sometimes. But I think it's more of looking at it as, whatever is I'm letting go of, whatever is leaving my life, leaving, people, things, situations, whatever it is leaving, I guess just to have comfort in knowing that it's leaving for a reason to start something new. Like it's just, it's not, you're done with it. It's done, it's over, and it's helping you to move forwards because like it's like the universe saying, all right, you're done. You're done with that, you know. Let's move on. Let's move forward now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's pretty awesome.
It
And
is.
I'm gonna remember me saying those words because over the next couple of days, if I'm running in circles, I'll remember that I said that it's awesome.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. And it actually is pretty awesome. But when you're in it, like you say, it's a
Yeah.
reminder to go, whew, wow,
Yeah.
feels a
Yeah.
little bit uncomfortable. And it has been uncomfortable for so many of us. And, coming into the solstice is rebirthing as well. It's a newness of
Hmm.
energy. So I'm excited, but it's not like a woohoo. It's just like a woohoo, like I'm excited for what's to come. And
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I have been radically slowed down, like hugely. Even going into the meeting this morning with the non-speaking children, I just sat and before I started communicating on their behalf, I said to the moms, I can't string two words together. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's how I felt a few hours ago.
Hmm.
And I was dazed, which I
Yeah.
think was quite awesome for both me and them, but I was just so subtly in the vibration.
Yeah.
So as we're feeling it, the words that come to mind is transiting. What does that mean in astrology?
Transetting?
Transiting, like transit,
Oh, transiting?
transiting.
Like
The
transiting.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it's my side.
So,
Yeah.
uh, so it,
Yeah. You watch my videos all the time. You're probably like, oh my God, I don't understand half her English.
um,
So
so
say it again. Transiting,
transit, yeah. Well, I say with like a Z, but
transiting.
it's transet. Yeah, I guess you're correct.
Is that the
Transiting.
Italiano in you?
I guess so. Never been there, but yeah, maybe it's coming out.
Transiting. Okay, let's talk about trans. What does that
Um,
mean in astrology?
so what it means is when we'll take the new moon, for example. So the new moon is in uh it's transiting, it's moving through the sign of Sagittarius. It's conjunct, the transit, the conversation. It's almost okay, hold on. Let me back it up here. Transit. It's when the planets are moving into, in different places, locations, and their conversations with other planets as well. Term would also be used if you're looking at your birth chart and you're looking at the different transiting planets, where the planets are in the sky in relationship to your chart. So, say the full moon is the new moon. We'll take the full moon. Say the full moon coming up is in Cancer. Say that is your third
Oh my
house.
Lord,
The
seriously.
transit, let's say you could say that the moon that's moving in the sky is transiting, moving through the sign of Cancer, so it's pretty much really just moving through the different signs of, yeah, through the sky or looking at your birth chart as well.
I say, oh my Lord, because we know us Cancerians are
Yeah,
so
yes.
dramatic, so emotional.
Yes.
Yeah. Cue the tears, guys. They're going to come. Maybe we might miss it. I don't know. I always get through these full moons. You and I always chuckle because I'm like, I think I got through that one. No.
Yeah, I know. It always comes like the day, it's either the day of, the day, even the day afterwards. I've been finding it too. I'm like, oh, this is great. I made it through. And then I'm like, puddle on the floor, or just want to you know, jump up and out of the door and just like run for miles.
But you know what I love, Lauren, is the fact that I was so scared of astrology. And I want to remind myself before I forget, please tell people where to find you because you're really good at how you explain things
Oh,
and share
thank you.
things. Yeah.
Um, I'll give you the link too, but I have a YouTube channel, I Crypto Astrology, or you can schedule a free 15-minute appointment where we just talk about what you're looking for an astrology reading, and then we just move from there. I find that it's better to talk and have like a small conversation before we have a reading, to see if the person and our energies jive, because sometimes you don't get along with people, and they can get to know me a little bit, I can get to know them, see what they want, and then we just go from there.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that
that's it.
is truthful speaking because sometimes it's just not a good fit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's 100% right. So yeah, but I'll give you the link. We'll put it below.
Awesome.
It's at Pick Time iCrypto, but click the link. So
Okay. Wonderful.
yeah.
And is there anything else that you feel like you've got to share us coming into this rebirthing, this process? Because this is just by, the last bit of the message of Judith Castle. She said, or she says, yeah, the cosmic shaker and mover, cosmic messenger. Yet there are two more arriving. We are moving into a totally new cosmic movement in existence. Simply be open, receptive, allowing yourself to transcend all which you ever have been and are becoming forevermore.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That that. that goes along with that Jupiter Chiron energy of, dealing with the pains of the past, the traumas that we've dealt with, because that you could be feeling triggered by different traumas from the past, and it's really asking you to release it, let go, move through it to get past it. That new energy, though, I believe said something about new energy, walking into a new, right? Which I'm sorry, new energy, new world. Is that what it was?
She said, yeah, we are moving into a totally new cosmic movement and existence.
Oh, okay, yeah. That does remind me of Saturn, Neptune. This is more next year, but the energies are moving together, and that's starting a totally new cycle for everything. Um, that's what that reminds me of. Yeah, I mean that is not happening now in this new moon or the solstice, but that energy is getting closer and closer together, and I feel that this solstice, that even the new moon, but the solstice that we're going through is like preparation for that to move into that newness, letting go of the old, facing it, dealing with it, being conscious of what you're speaking into manifestation, truly knowing what you value, what you want, what is good for you, and letting the rest go. Closing that one door and opening that new door. So yeah, I think that's awesome actually.
It is, and it's always happening for us, never
Oh
to us.
yes.
It's always happening for us. And when we let
Yes.
go of what we think what it's meant to be, everything else opens up, and it really is a radical time to be alive.
It
Truly.
is.
Mm.
Hmm.
Trusting one another, showing up for one another, and
Yeah.
being in it together. So
Yeah.
thank you for all that you are bringing in this information.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here with you.
Me
You helped to
too.
ground me. Even though our energy's all over the place, you helped to ground me.
That says a lot. But it is, it's a really beautiful, remarkable time when we just hear one another, when we feel one another and show up for one another, because the more we, I want to say, attune into just letting go of like our colors, our creeds, our cultures, our there's no more division, you know.
Mm.
I think to a certain degree there always will be division on some level,
Mm.
you know. But I was scanning yesterday, flipping, and I came across this clearly some algorithm on this woman grabbing this Christian woman grabbing the mic from a Muslim woman and shouting, you know, we are,
Oh.
you know, we need to believe in blah 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 blah. And I read some of the comments, and I couldn't stop myself, even if I tried, even though, and I did try. I was like back space, back space. And then I went, no. I said, you know what? We don't need more division.
Yeah.
This woman, this Christian woman, was shouting. You know, I don't know what the background was about, and because I saw the Muslim woman, but she came and she just took the mic, and I thought, this isn't what we need more of. We know that. We know the anger.
Yeah.
We know the
Hmm.
hatred. We know the division. How much more do we show up for each other? And could you imagine how much different that rally would have been if the Christians saw the Muslims and the Muslims saw the Christians and just said,
Yeah.
I see you, you know, and I honor
Yeah.
you for who you are. No matter what your belief system is around God, because we are
Hmm.
all humans
Oh
connecting
yeah.
into a beautiful vibration. So yeah, it really again is a time for this radical change and shift, and it's not a it's an opening. Like I feel like our lungs are breathing more. I feel like we're expanding into the breath. You know, we know so
Hmm.
much is pushed onto us, but how can we create expansion? When I close my eyes, I always see things in my third eye, and it's like, breathe, just breathe more through this. Because as a
Mm.
mother giving birth, you know, I never had the opportunity, but because my kids were both emergency C-sections, but you still have to breathe
Oh
all
my
the way
gosh, yeah.
through. and we're
Hmm.
coming
Definitely.
through, you know. So
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Any last
Yeah.
words, Lauren? Any itches?
No. Thank goodness no. Maybe a little bit of energy, a little aggravation at times, but no.
Good.
Just my eyes. And I really it's like maybe it's trying to tell me to focus in more on, the important things, but
Yeah.
and it actually also is regulating body temperature as well. I'm in Florida, so it's not freezing here, but I found that I very regulated, trying to just regulate myself, sweating, cold, going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah,
that's great. So we're not
yeah,
alone. And
yeah, no.
um, so just be you, do you guys, and know that we're in
Mm-hmm.
this together.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, thank you, Lauren. Thank you for
Oh, thank
explaining.
you.
Yeah, what I wanted to share earlier on is like I used to be so um, afraid of astrology just purely because I didn't understand it. But the more
Hmm.
I understand it, it's so on point.
It is. It's awesome. And it still surprises me. I'm just like, wow, yeah, this did happen. This is the way it works. And it's awesome. It
Yeah,
is really cool. I love
yeah,
it.
me too, me too. So thank you to everybody for being here, and thank you to you, Lauren. We'll keep these
Oh,
going,
thank
and
you.
yeah, we'll see
Yeah,
you on the other side. I look
definitely.
forward
And
to it.
I'll see you on Sunday at your um Council of Eight.
Ah, thank you. Yes, it's going to be a combination of the Solstice and the Council of Eight, and so please sign up for that. And thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate you. And yeah, we will see you guys on the other side. Have a beautiful day and happy holidays to everybody. And if you're not able to join us this weekend, then Merry, Merry Christmas from my heart to all of you. And may we just keep loving one another as best as we know how, because we do know how. Have a beautiful day. Bye, guys. Thank you,
Bye
Lauren.
bye.
See you.